Ismokehiphop live platform follows the YouTube guidelines. We also follow the Copyright Fair Usage Act. Please read the guidelines.
You sent him a cease and desist. Guess what? Why don't we just call you contributing to the delinquency of a minor that's 15 years old? Does that feel better? Does that make you sleep better at night? Nasty!
When I made the decision not for my daughter to testify, I was focused on her well-being, and I wanted the best for her. I didn't want to put her in the stand to relive all of that pain and suffering. And now, 17 years later, because he continues to make mockery about it, joke and laugh about it, like it doesn't even matter to him, or he has no regrets or anything. Then he tries to cover it up with his money and his high-class attorneys. And now, he's not going to be punished for it.
Being able to remember, that's the part, you creep! You nasty creep! That's the part people are saying they can't stand about you! Nasty! I wish you that would happen to my daughter! I wish you that would happen to my daughter!
Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. YouTube family, don't forget to check the links in the description box and check out Bless One Lemon Pepper Freestyle. Also, make sure you guys go rock out with the Instagram DJ_Bless One. Salute, like, share. Warning: this video is protected under the Fair Use Act and copyright.
I'm gonna get back to that in a second, New York. What's going on? So, over the past week, or a couple days, I should say, Kwame Brown, right? Kwame Brown and a radio personality has been having, some exchanges. I believe Kwame Brown is a former NBA player, and I don't know how him and the radio personality, I don't even know how that exchange started to happen, but I know there was a lot of tension with Kwame Brown all week. He was being very opinionated, and somewhere him and this radio personality, they had words, or they clashed. So Kwame Brown has brought up a situation that has been going on for a while now, I believe. And just to say, I'm going to be we're going to be so fair, we're going to be very fair today, because I'm going to discuss this. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to discuss this. What I'm going to be fair about is, I think Kwame Brown was being a little aggressive, and his energy was, I gotta be honest, maybe coming off a little hateful. I don't want to, I want to take hate out of the situation today, because any radio personality that has a strong opinion is going to receive hate. And I want to remove that today, because that's not what this is about. So, you sent him a cease and desist. Guess what? Why don't we just call you contributing to the delinquency of a minor that's 15 years old? Does that feel better? Does that make you sleep better at night? Nasty! It does, right? Makes you feel better about yourself? Because guess what, my brother? No cease and desist will help your guilt, and ain't gonna make you sleep better at night. You just pulled the wool over more people's eyes. Congratulations to you. If that's what you want out of life, sir, You have won. And my brother, I know you get it a little extra hard because there's people who hate you. And there are a lot of things that are being said about you that aren't true. Because we're going to keep it 1,000. And I know situations happen. My brother, you sound like you cop to what you cop to, and you're paying, you're on probation, whatever you're doing. It's none of my business. But the fact that you keep trying to normalize, that's the part taking everybody to a bad place, you nasty. You're so nasty. That's the part. You sit next to people. You sit with academics. You sit with that nasty guy with you on your podcast that doesn't care about our culture, and you just laugh about chicks getting raped. Because as he's laughing, I'd like to punch him in his face. Because I want you to let me in on the joke. Let us in on the joke. Let us in on the joke about putting pills in a woman's drink and having sex with her and she's incoherent. Because I'm going to tell you something, my brother, and then I'm going to end this. You seem to look up to R. Kelly and his sex tape with the 14-year-old. You and your wife, I guess that's what you do. You like to have sex with people when they're incoherent. You did it on spring break. And you expect us to believe you describe yourself like that. You say that's what you do, but you want us to believe this one girl, Jessica Reid, you didn't do that. It was your boys. You're a liar. Keep sending out your cease and desist. You're doing the right thing, buddy. Send one now. I'm here. Send one out. Send it out.
Hey, what you been waiting for?
Every girl that has a problem, it's the dudes around you. The dudes are with the girls. My dudes. You say it's your dudes. I don't understand that part, bruh. That's the part that people aren't really grasping. That's why people keep hammering you. It's not for what you did 20 years ago. You can be sorry for that. It's the way you're moving forward, bro. Let me tell you something. You said that the R. Kelly video is the greatest video you've ever seen. You tweeted that. And you know how that came out? Because you had the nerve to go on an R. Kelly documentary to talk about a pedophile. You're a pedophile! You're a pedophile! You! Is it okay if R. Kelly is in the video with your kids? Is it still a great video? You nasty! Is that a good video? Is it? You don't have to answer. I'm gonna tell you honestly, it's better you don't. You shouldn't. You should never ever answer this. You should always keep a cease and desist, and you should never ever talk about it. Cause we already know what you are! You are one of them slimy, greasy dudes that used to be in our neighborhood that don't talk much, that likes to put medication in women's drinks and get on top of them. That's you! We know what you are. I know what you are. I do not care if I ever say your name. I want you to know that I know what you are. Bruh, you. You're nasty and you're disgusting. And you like to joke about it's the podcasting that takes me to a bad place. It's your joking about it that takes me to that place. And the other places, nobody checks you. Nasty. I'm checking you. Nobody doesn't respect your accomplishments or what you
Spanish
stand for. You should have
Let's listen to what the whole staff had to say about this.
DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. See the God, Charlamagne Leonard.
Yes, this story is close to home as it involves one of our hosts on the Breakfast Club, and we've been waiting for all of the information to come out before we could report it. But it has been announced that there was a 17-year-old rape case against Leonard McKelvey, aka Charlamagne, and that case will not be reopened. Now, he was arrested back in 2001 on suspicion of raping a 15-year-old girl. Back in 2002, Leonard McKelvey made a plea agreement, and he pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The rape charge was dismissed, and that case cannot be reopened. Now, according to the prosecutor, South Carolina law is clear that once a defendant enters plea negotiations and a plea agreement is accepted by the court, due process requires the state to honor the agreement. The state's prosecution has ended, and the dismissed charge against Mr. McKelvey will not be resurrected.
And I cooperated with authorities.
Yes.
Participated in multiple interviews and submitted the DNA testing. And
right.
The sexual assault charge was dismissed.
Now, Charlamagne, aka Leonard McKelvey's attorney, said he never had sexual relations or any physical contact with the accuser and even provided DNA to prove it. So that's the situation with that. I know a lot of people were waiting for us to speak on it, and there's all the facts of what we know.
I'm just praying for everybody involved and all victims of sexual assault, but those are the facts of my situation.
All right, so there you have it. I'm sure we'll talk more about it later. Now, Elon Musk has found himself a new philanthropic campaign. He's actually going...
Felt maybe it was a reason to bring it to light, and I'm going to play that. I'm going to play the mom's testimony. Or, I don't want... Those are wrong words. I'm going to play what her mom feels about the situation. I don't want to lead people in any type of a wrong direction. I'm going to play, her mother's name is Jocelyn Sullivan, and this is what her mom had to say.
My name is Jocelyn Sullivan, and I am the mother of Jessica Nicole Reid. We're out here in Mounts Corner, just left the Berkeley County Sheriff's Department, speaking with detectives. The case of my daughter, Jessica Reid. I have regrets, in which I am very sorry about, because when my daughter was drugged and raped, I wanted to do nothing but protect her. I didn't want her to suffer anymore. I didn't want her to feel that pain anymore. And so I did not let her testify. And because of that, today we are finding out that Mr. is going to get away with what he did to my daughter, Jessica, and this family. For all these years, we've been suffering, going through pain and anguish over his decisions. Molest my daughter, rape her. And now she has to deal with this, and we have to deal with this. And I'm so sorry that I didn't take the initiative then to persecute him for what he did to my daughter. I'm sorry. He came to our home and he acted as if he was going to be a friend to us. He came to us and said, "Don't worry, nothing's going to happen to her, and I'll make sure that she'll be safe." He eluded us to believe and trust in him. And then he turns around and violates my daughter by raping and drugging her. And then he gets away with it. When I made the decision not for my daughter to testify, I was focused on her well-being, and I wanted the best for her. I didn't want to put her in the stand to relive all of that pain and suffering. And now, 17 years later, because he continues to make mockery about it, joke and laugh about it, like it doesn't even matter to him, or he has no regrets or anything. Then he tries to cover it up with his money and his high-class attorneys. And now, he's not going to be punished for it. Justice is not fair, and we will not stop fighting. We will fight for justice and closure for my daughter Jessica and this family. According to the detectives, because he negotiated a plea deal, he cannot be prosecuted for the rape charge. So what they did was just dismissed it. They didn't even prosecute the rape charge because my daughter wasn't there. And so they let him plead. DNA did not clear him innocent. DNA has nothing to do with it at all. He's guilty no matter what anyone says. 17 years later, she's still suffering from it. We're still suffering with her from it. And justice needs to be served regardless. He deserves to be punished for what
the part I'm going to share with you, New York, because I'm going to tell you something. I really don't need to say your name, because I'm going to tell you why. I don't care if everyone knows. I want you to know. Where this goes left is you continuously, let me turn the music down. This goes left because you continuously stand on that podcast and stand every time you get to try to normalize. You try to normalize it every chance that you get, that it's okay to put pills in a woman's drink. You talk about it all the time, that it's okay, or it happens, or because you're young, to put drugs in a woman's drink and have sex with her while she's incoherent. You talk about it all the time. That's what makes you a nasty creep. Not because of the situation you had, because I'm gonna tell you something. I wasn't there and I don't know what happened. But every chance you get, you know, New York, this guy stood on a podcast and he talked about spring break and meeting a young lady, putting something in her drink and then having sex with her when she was incoherent, laughing about it. That's the, you know, bruh, nobody wants you to get fired or to lose your situation. Nobody's like, man, the fact that you try to normalize that that's okay, that that's good, like it's things that men do. That's not what men do. That's what you do. You do it. I'm gonna tell you the most terrible thing about you, bruh, because I watch you on that podcast and you sit next to a guy. That guy you sit next to on your podcast doesn't care about our culture. He doesn't care about your culture. But you sit there and you laugh with him about raping women. You think it's funny. You know what else is funny, my brother? Because I'm staying on my stone today of where I'm at. And I'm going to tell you where I'm at. I am not at what you did 20 years ago. I'm at what you did in the last couple years and how you talk about it and how you say about it. You piece of... You tweeted that R. Kelly, that sex video, was one of the greatest celebrity videos you've ever watched. That video was with a 14-year-old. But you thought it was a great video. You tell on yourself constantly you're a weirdo. I don't care if nobody else checks you. I'ma check you. You're nasty and you're a weirdo. And you always want to talk on a podcast about taking advantage of women when they're unconscious. What type of dude are you? Why is that cool to you? Why is that cool as you stand next to that clown, that guy that doesn't care? Near this operation, because I'm gonna play some audio that you've never heard before. I just want to see how you guys look at it. I want your opinion, and I'll give my opinion. So, Jessica Reid had an interview with Star from Star and Buck Wild, and I think what moved me to bring this to the forefront today, because that interview is actually old. Someone sent me audio and footage of Jessica Reid's mom, and her name is Jocelyn Sullivan. And I believe Jessica Reid is originally from Brooklyn, and she moved out to South Carolina. And we're going to be fair because, it's important to be fair. For some reason, I'm not going to lie to you, I think the mom touched something inside of me that kind of didn't make me feel good about staying home and not talking about it. But I am going to talk about it, and I am going to play the audio. And I want to say something to New York. I consider this radio personality, he's on my side of the fence. When I say my side of the fence, comes from what I come from, and kind of does what I do. I just felt it was something that needs to be talked about. And I didn't think it was something I just wanted to just blurt out my opinion. I'm going to play the audio in a little while, and you guys decide. And you can let people know and situate them. I'm going to play some audio. I'm going to come back with the audio from Jessica Reid, and she did an interview with Star, and then I'm going to play the audio of her mom, and then we'll take it from there. 1-800-223-9797 at Funkflex. Kwame Brown put a light, man, but ooh. Okay, so let's play some music and we'll get to it. Let's go. Hot 97. Oh! It's Hot 97, Funkflex. So like I told you, I guess this subject has surfaced again because of Kwame Brown, who was being aggressive. And I must tell you, New York, somebody should give this guy Kwame Brown a podcast. He should dial this down a little bit because he was definitely super aggressive, and I think people were really they were really going at him, but he seemed to have defended himself pretty well. So through Kwame Brown, the situation with this radio personality has surfaced to the top again. And like I told you, it's something I knew about before. I never really, or I should say, I didn't know of the mother's statement in audio and video. But what I'm going to play for you, and like I told you, we keep an open minds here. I will play the audio, and then we'll see, we'll give our opinions. So, first, this is, let me make sure I got this right. This is Jessica Reid when she was being interviewed by Star from Star and Buck Wild. Okay.
Listen, I don't want that man's money.
Okay, sorry, I started wrong. Let me start from the top. Okay, let's go.
Listen, I don't want that man's money. I don't want nothing from him. I just want people to know who he really is. He's a liar. I have been dealing with this for over 15 years. My life has never been the same since that night. My relationships with my family and my friends have suffered because of it. mentally I suffer, emotionally I suffer, so I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But I told him, no, we could just be friends. And that was that. Those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends. Me, and I trusted him. And when I got there, I felt a little uneasy because there was just so many people there that I didn't know. It was really more guys than girls. It was me, Malika, and maybe...
He made Malika a drink? Did he make a drink for you as well?
He made both of us a drink, yes. So I put my drink down about maybe 10, 15 minutes after trying to help her and clean her up. I got up because...
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting Ismokehiphop Live. We do appreciate it. You can see some of the legalities of the situations involved with the Charlamagne the God, Jessica Reid situation. Funkmaster Flex really went in, and I guess he speaks his piece on it. If you guys support the platform, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Ismokehiphop Live. Also, make sure you reach out and go search the truth. Go see what's going on. Go see who you believe, who you don't believe. I'm not here to force anybody. Everything involved is allegedly. You do the research and you come up with your own perspective and opinions. Look, ladies and gentlemen, support the platform through PayPal and Cash App, and email me for promotional use. Also find me on Instagram at DJ_bless1. Thank you.